like, you never told me.
Yo, what is up? Welcome back to the Culture and Cannabis Podcast. JC forced us to go early, so we are about 20 minutes early for the podcast. That's it. Just kidding. We got JC Coast in the building. What's up, JC?
What's up?
Happy Thursday. We're here. Who we got, JC? We got a special guest in the podcast.
We do have a special guest. We have the Dabbing Cuban in the podcast. What's up, man? Welcome to the.
Thank you for finally having me out here. It's been a long time coming, especially with COVID going on. I know I originally met you through Louis at Pro Dab.
Yes.
And we've been back and forth through the DMs on each other's posts, and it's finally glad to be here with you guys face to face.
Nice.
Yeah, happy to have on, man.
Yeah, nice. Appreciate it.
So you're from Colorado?
I live right now in Colorado, so yeah, I'm originally from Miami. I live in Colorado now. I've been in Colorado the last 4 years. Before that, I was living in Miami, Florida.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And so your lives on Instagram are pretty litty, bro. Like, see, you got a lot going on there. Like, it's not your normal just like, checking in on somebody on their live and it's like, a normal thing. This is, you got your own thing going on.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
Yeah, the lives on IG. I think that's where I get to do a lot of personality of myself. Everyone gets to see who I really am, because when you do a video, you really can't judge someone from a minute or 2 minute video. You really don't know who they are. Yeah, he might be smoking. Yeah, he might have said something funny, but do you really know who that person is? And that's where people tend to confuse a lot of folks on IG, because they tend to judge them just off a minute. So I tend to go live a lot more. Another thing I like to do on Sundays is my Speed Sesh Sunday, and that's where it gets the most lit, because one thing that I've learned to be very appreciative on my page is my followers. So one thing I've learned to do is get real close to them, whether it be in the DMs or whether it be on a post or it be in my lives. One thing I've learned that a lot of people don't do is get personal with them. So I get with them personal, just not too personal. As long as it's someone they can talk to, come to. I answer all my DMs. If you go on my phone right now, there's not one unchecked DM. Maybe now because I'm on live, but I answer all my DMs. I do my best to make sure that I give my attention to everyone on there. While I can, because if it gets too big, it gets harder.
Do you think lives are important for like young content creators? Like, you think it's important that they're doing a lot of those? Absolutely.
I get a lot of questions in my DMs because my page, in the past year has grown exponentially, especially during COVID. A lot of influencers or content creators have told me since COVID has hit, things have died down. I kind of try to look at a positive note out of everything. I lost my profession, I lost my job during COVID, but my page kind of blew up. So it's gotten to a point where I'm actually getting paid to, market and promote for some of these companies. So I'm very fortunate for that, That's the positive side of COVID for me, and that I'm still COVID free as well, Right. It's very important to go live because that is a very big way to be networking with others. So what do I tell people? A lot of people have asked me, Cuban, how can I be successful like you? I'm like, well, you can't be successful like me because I'm me and you're you. What I can tell you is network a lot. Network a lot and be yourself. A lot of people try to come on to IG and create a persona which is not them. I've learned to just be myself, which is silly and goofy at times. Don't get me wrong, I can be serious, but I just really want, my main goal when I first started was to just come on, have a good time and make people laugh. A big thing that I tell people is even if you don't want to go live, right? You have that live bar on top of IG that shows you everyone that's live, right? What I used to do at the very beginning and what I tell people to do is go on that first live. Go in there, say a few things, go to the next one, do the same thing. Now you just networked about probably 13, 15 lives, depending how many people are live, and everyone saw you. And just keep doing that and keep giving people love on their posts as well, share their stuff.
So networking in the live medium is kind of different than networking in the feed or the story.
Absolutely, absolutely, because you're getting a little bit more. They're getting more of you on there. It's not just a like or a share. You're actually asking questions and talking to the person. If the person wants to come on live with you, you're actually interacting and smoking with them. I've gone live with quite a few people I've never gone live before, and they say thanks, man, because I was just nervous and you just made it easier. But yeah, I always tell people you don't need to be nervous. You need to go live. I tell people you need to do it, especially if you want to have a page. If you want to be successful, to me, going live maybe at the beginning is important. And it's worked great for me.
What if nobody comes on, man, and I'm on live and there's like nobody on my live?
Then you're doing something wrong.
Okay.
Then you're doing something wrong.
Okay.
You're doing something wrong because, like I tell people, anybody can come on IG and smoke. Because I mean, like, half of the time people that go live, they're just bored and like, fuck, I'm gonna spark up, let me go live, Yeah. But is the person entertaining? How long can you keep your crowd on the live for? Instagram gives you an hour, so can you go live for an hour and keep your crowd on there for an hour? It all depends on the person. Not everybody has the personality to do it either. I've had people tell me like, can you look at my post, what can I do? Well, you didn't even say a word. You just lit up your weed, recorded, and ended the video. I didn't even say good morning, good afternoon, a hi, hello, nothing. So, I try to give as much advice as possible, but at the end of the day, it depends on the person as well. They have to get out of their shell. They have to bring out that personality in them. If they don't have that it factor, it's not something you can teach to someone.
So when you're on your lives, do you have like an agenda that you're like hitting topics, or are you just like reacting to what people are saying to you?
I react to what people say. I might bring up different stuff, but do I go on live like say, I'm going to talk about this today? No, everything's just off the dome, off the brain, like let's talk about this, or if someone brings up something, we'll talk about it. A lot of times I'm just doing goofy stuff too to make people laugh, but I go live with everyone. Like, whoever wants to go live, especially on Sundays is what I recommend everyone to do, because it's a little bit less nervous for some people because they're seeing that it's a speed sesh. My speed sesh on Sunday is like speed dating, so it's person after person after person after person. So people might be like, well, I've never gone live, but let me do it because it's just a quick toke and I'm out. You know, break the ice like that.
Yeah,
nice.
And so when you do those like speed sessions, how many people are you seeing like at a time on you call them Sunday services?
The speed sesh Sunday is what I call it. Yeah, speed sesh Sunday. It depends. IG lately has been banning people's pages or stopping the lives. So on a good Sunday on my main page, I can get anywhere from 50 to 100 people.
Jesus.
And to me that's good because I'm not even at 10K yet. Yeah. I've seen people with way more followers and they'll put 20 people on their live. So for me to do that, I'm just like, wow, it's great.
Yeah.
Do I pull that on a regular live? No, because I'm not doing the speed sesh. But when I do the speed sesh, everybody wants to come and join and have a good time. So I get more of my crowd on the Sunday.
Nice. And go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like the Instagram game for the cannabis industry is super hype right now. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
Super, and then like as you'll even see when some states get closer to voting it in for a medical program, the hashtags of that city or state will start to pop up and just start blowing up, right? And you see just this community of content creators and quite frankly, I would say like some of the most hardworking content creators, influencers, whatever you want to call them in the game. Right?
I would say
from the cannabis industry.
Yeah, right? Easily from just because you can't run ads. Like the idea, like that you can't pay to play, right? And like you have to like work for each one of those followers. Yeah. So it takes like you driving all the way or flying from Colorado to Vegas to come meet up with influencers, so that like you're essentially like sharing followers in a sense, right?
Or even meeting up with you guys. That's another thing,
Yeah.
So you have to invest in yourself. My friend Mouse from Designer Gas Club, he told me a while ago, the best investment you can make is in yourself. So if you feel you need to do something, even if it's flying somewhere or driving somewhere, investing money, do it because that's the best investment you can make.
Facts.
Yeah, 100%.
I like to say like don't dip your big toe in the water like a little bitch, right? Just jump all the way in.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, okay, so let's kind of like I want to talk about this because like your page just went from 0 to almost 10,000 in less than a year, right? And so you talk about you had a job before this, and now there's COVID, and now your page is blowing up. So let's talk about how it comes from like a hobby to you're just like going on there having a good time, and so now it looks like you're you can possibly be selling things, or like, get promotion, get paid to post things like that?
Yeah.
When does that start happening?
It actually started, I would say, at the end of July, beginning of August. So I represent Designer Gas Club. We're a stoner gaming community, right? And when he took me under his wing, it just blew my mind, because, someone that has a squad, is doing their thing, and basically can have any fucking influencer with him, and he picked me, to join his squad, to rep the squad. And he told me, you know what, you're doing something and you're doing it right, but the only thing you're doing wrong is you're doing it for free. And at the beginning, I didn't mind doing it so much for free, because I was working.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I was working in a job that I loved, that I was happy at, So me doing all the extra stuff, like you said, at first, it was just for fun. It was a hobby. It was just, okay, I'm going to go home, do some videos, and do my fun stuff. But he told me, you're not working right now, bro. COVID hit. You need to start doing something. Start talking to these companies, because I guarantee you, after a year of you doing it for all of these companies and you putting money in their pockets and you ask them, they're going to say yeah. And if it wasn't for my friend Mouse telling me to do that, I wouldn't be getting paid. So shout out to Mouse for getting on my ass to start charging for some of the promotions that I do. So shout out to him. He really got on me to do it. And I was nervous at first, because I was like, well, how do I ask them to start paying me,
Right.
And what I did was, if you guys, a couple of companies told me, your discount codes get used a lot, but okay, so how can we do it so it's beneficial for both of us? Now that you see that the numbers are up there, what can we do? Yeah, send me your rates. And I was like, oh shit, I don't even have rates. So, I came up with something quick, and it's been working. It's been working so far. I can't complain.
Nice. Living the dream, man.
And so what's that look like? Like, are you like building out like a deck for them, or like are you how are you charging per post, or like how do you charge? I guess is like, what's that look like for people that want to dive into that?
Okay, so I have I charge for stories. So the stories is probably the cheapest way to go, because it's only up there for 24 hours and it deletes on its own. So I charge for stories. I charge for posts. I'll charge if you want me to go live. I have an option for a 30-minute live if you want me to, represent your product. If you want me to go live for 30 minutes and represent the Carta, I'll represent and smoke this Carta for 30 minutes and tell you the advantages and disadvantages of it, so that everyone knows what's up. So, everything that you do on your page, you can charge it to where each category has its own price, or charge one full price and do everything. I have a price where I tell them I'll do all of them for you at this
like
price.
a package deal.
Like a package deal. So yeah.
And where do you see majority of companies, like, what do you see them purchasing the most?
They purchase, I have an option where they can pick the story or a post, or 2 posts and 2 stories. And that's usually the one that they pick, the 2 posts and 2 stories.
Got it.
Which is the best one for me as well.
It gives you more content. You get paid more to do it, obviously. So that's cool. And so, like, what are some of the companies that you're rocking with right now?
I work with right now, Ooze Life. I work with G Pen. I work with Stash Products. Now, all of these don't pay. Some are that I've been working with from the beginning, and I never really put the rates in there. But for the most part, there are some that are paying me. Muff Life, which is another vaporizer pen that I have in my bag. Dime bags. Designer Gas Club. I mean, the list goes on. The juice box, the hand rosin press. Lido. I just gonna the vaporize the pens, the white pens. I'm gonna start working with them as well. And I work with dispensaries as well in Colorado.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was gonna ask about that. So like, how involved are you in the Colorado scene? Because I feel like on a national level, like, people know you, like in like Nevada, California, maybe in Oklahoma even, but like in Colorado, like, are you like down and dirty in that scene as well?
And as far as Colorado, I'm more to myself. But I do network with the companies that are out there, the dispensaries. I try to meet as much as possible. The thing is with dispensaries out there, they really don't care unless it's someone that really knows about the marketing and promoting on Instagram. For the most part, the dispensaries out there really don't care for promotions and stuff. Right. So they're like, no, we don't work with influencers or content creators. Yeah. But Shout out to, Buku Loud. I work with them. A shout out, they're only medical because I live in Colorado Springs. So Colorado Springs is the only location in Colorado that's only medical, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because the prices there is better for us.
Of course.
And taxes are lower as well. But when you go to Denver, it's medical and rec. And the dispensary I work with in Denver is Lit Dispensary. So shout out to them as well.
Very cool. Very cool. And so, what do you see? Okay, so like right now you're doing content creation, but like, what is your end goal? Like, what is like if you could be doing it on a daily basis, what is that?
If this can actually create something, because like I said, I want to make people laugh. So if I can turn this into where I'm actually, be able to become big and do some comedy and stuff, I would love to. I would love to maybe get noticed and maybe get thrown in a movie or a TV or something. Like if that got to that point, and if I got to that point where I got really successful, it's like I had told someone, they asked me like, what would you really like to do? At the end, I would like to be able to open up some type of special needs program. Mm-hmm. And maybe start that again, because when COVID started, they shut everyone down with that, just because, in the special needs community, some of them won't understand 6 feet apart. Mm-hmm. Some of them won't wear their masks. Mm-hmm. Like the client that I was taking care of was constantly like grabbing me and hugging me. So it makes it difficult to work with them in the COVID situation.
Of course.
But my end goal, if I can be that successful where I can open up my own day program for special needs adults, I would love to do that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Would you try to involve like a cannabis portion with that, or like what's that look like in that like?
When I was working, it's crazy because when I was working with in that field, the special needs adults, they have a lot of rights. They actually have more rights than us, and they actually have the same rights as us. So if there's a special needs adult out there that wants to smoke cannabis, that's their right. Mm-hmm. The only thing was that during program, they cannot.
Got it.
You get what I'm saying? So, but if they're on their own and they have their med card and they got approved for a med card and they want to go and purchase, in the state of Colorado at least, that's how it is. They have, they're allowed to do their cannabis, their meds.
So no one in like the program that you were working with was using cannabis for any of their needs.
If they were, it was on a personal level with their caretakers and stuff. It's not something that any of them were doing in our program.
Got it.
Yeah. Shout out to my boss from there too, because when I first started that job, I had just barely first started my page, so I was kind of nervous that it would get back to her what I was doing. And from one day to another, I just I went up to her and I told her, look, I smoke cannabis and I have an IG page and this is what I do. And she just flat out told me, are you breaking any laws? No. Do you have your med card? Yeah. I don't care what you're doing. So she was great. And once she did that, I just went full throttle on the page because she gave me basically her blessing. Mm-hmm. And that's the only one I was really nervous about finding out about my page.
It's pretty crazy to think about, the idea of like trying, like, stuff like that can easily hold you back from what you're doing now, right? Like think about if you never did it because you're like, oh shit, like my job.
She said one comment.
Yeah, or just even the comment like, oh, like I saw you smoking on your weed page earlier today. Like, what's that all about, right? Knowing because at the end of the day, that's what took you off to where you are now, right? So it's kind of crazy to think about that. Maybe if she didn't say it to you, like where would you be right now?
I probably wouldn't have done it. I probably would have shut the page down because that was my income. That was my profession. So at the end of the day, I had to think about myself and my family before my IG page because 100%. It was just for fun. It's crazy. Shout out to her name's Gloria. Shout out to Gloria. It's crazy because some days I would come in the morning, I'd come get my paperwork and stuff, and she'd be like, hey, Alex. I'd be like, what's up, Miss Gloria? She'd be like, what time is it? I'm like, stop it. I'd be like, stop it. I'm like, yo, you've been watching my videos. I'm like, stop it. And she would just giggle. I'm like, man. And it's, it was crazy that she gave me the blessing and then would joke about it after. And I felt like the whole, load that was on me, just holding it in and holding it in and just getting it off me. It just felt so much better after.
So let's talk about the tagline.
So I was just going to ask you.
Yeah.
It's time to get fucked up. What time is it? It's time to get fucked up. How did I come up with that? I guess I was noticing that people on IG, a lot of people have their own catchphrase, their own sayings. And I said, man, I need to come up with something. And so I came up with that. It went through a few different trials of different versions of it at the beginning. Like if you go back on my page, it's kind of different at first, but it got to a point where I did it one time where I crossed my eyes and I did it, and everyone was like, "Yo, that is stupid," but you just made me crack up the way you just did the cross-eye with just one eye, and then people sending me videos of imitating me and doing it, and then I'll go live with people, and I'll ask them, "Hey, what time is it over there?" And they'll be like, "Oh, it's 7 o'clock." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's time to get fucked up." And then everybody on the live will be throwing hearts and laughing and get all crying. And the guy's like, "Fuck, you got me, shit, damn, man, I can't believe you got me," But yeah, and it's done good so far. My you can see my shirt. He's cross-eyed in there too. Yeah. It has it. Shout out to Designer Gas Club for making me this shirt as well. But yeah, it's a line that it worked, and I've just been running with it. Like Steve Harvey said, he said the same joke for X amount of time until he became a millionaire.
Mm-hmm. The same jokes
over and over and over until he became a millionaire. Mm-hmm. So that catchphrase, it's there. I've had certain companies tell me when you promote, at least the first video when you promote it, don't do it, because they want it to be more more professional. And that's cool. I'll do my first video for them, but after that, we're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Because that's just me. If I don't do it, it's just weird, But yeah, I've caught myself in the streets where just random people asking me for the time. "Hey, what time is it?" I'm like, it's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. I'm like, oh shit, I almost said it, My daughter, she'll say it, but she won't say the bad words. So, my wife will be like, "Babe, what time is it?" Just really asking me the time. And you'll hear my daughter in the background. She'll be like, "It's time for a bad word." And I'm like, "What are you saying?" Yeah, but
so does your wife give you shit about that, or
about IG? You know what? I'll be honest with you.
Or the family, do you get,
right,
get the family grief from?
At the beginning, it's normal for any partner, whether it be a woman or the husband, to get bothered because their partner's investing a lot of time in this.
Yeah, and the attention.
So when you said earlier that this is hard work, it is. Yeah. People think, "Oh, he's just smoking weed. It's not hard work." It is, because you don't realize, for someone that doesn't realize that's not doing this, doesn't realize you're taking a lot of time away from certain people. Mm-hmm. So at the beginning, it was kind of like, "Hey, the time is up." But when she started seeing that it was actually doing something, I caught Be Real's attention. I got to go meet Be Real. I'm getting sponsorships. I'm getting paid. She was like, "You actually are doing something." So shout out to my wife, Dad Tizzle Cherie. She supports me full, 100%. And, I love her for it. And it's like I tell everyone, that is very important, to have the partner that's going to support you in this. If you have a partner that doesn't support you in this, then you can't do it, because you're either going to end your page or you're going to end your relationship. So end the page, immediately.
Yeah. Does she ask to be on the gram? Does she want to be included?
She never asks me. She respects it. I usually try to have to drag her to come on my videos and stuff, because she has her profession. And so when she does her videos, which is barely anything, it's more like a fun thing for her. She's also noticed the kind of friction and drama that it can bring, so she kind of tries to stay away from it because she doesn't want anything to do with that. Yeah. And I've told her, it's best like that for her too. If anyone's gonna get the hate or the bad image, let it be me, because even though I'm not a bad guy, but I'd rather it fall on me before it falls on her.
100%.
But yeah, I usually have to try to drag her and to do something with me. She's awesome. She has a great personality. She's just as fun and as crazy as me. But the gram is more my thing. But yeah, she's great. She's a great support system.
Nice. It's just a trip, because I've been messing around with Instagram for 7-8 years now, and it more and more becomes like we are almost just the people that work in social media content create. It's almost like we do literally exists in two different worlds, the digital world and the real world. Right. And it's a trip, right? But you gotta keep that balance. Right?
I was gonna say you have to learn how to separate it. One day, it kind of killed me because one day my daughter came up to me, she goes, "You like your phone more than me?" And I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, I just threw the phone and said, "What do you want to do? Let's go." Because it's not like that. And as she gets older, she'll understand. Okay, well, he was doing it because we needed to get paid. We needed to pay bills. We needed to eat, which is one thing I'm very fortunate and proud of to say that even with COVID, I haven't had to skip any of my rent bills or any of my credit card bills. Like I've been on point with my wife paying all her stuff. So I'm very grateful. I appreciate everything that's been done for me on my page from everyone.
Nice. Who's your favorite influencers? Who you trying to aspire to be like?
Work with?
Who's inspiring you?
I'll say who inspired me at the beginning. I don't want to really be like anybody because I want to be me. If anything, I want to have fans to say, "Damn, I want to be like Cuban." I don't, but I could bring up some names like Adam Ill. Get High Everywhere. He was a big influence. I was watching him at the beginning, and then you got people like Jackie 420. You got Southern Dabber, and just watching those guys do their stuff and be as successful as they are. It really convinced me. Like, well, I can do this too. I won't lie. Dabbing Granny. At the beginning when she had an impact on me wanting to do stuff as well. Sure. So, but there's those are some of the people that I have really impacted me to want to do this and have motivated me to do it as well.
Nice. Tony's my favorite influencer.
Yeah.
Full-time Tony.
I'm trying to think who my favorite influencer right now is. It's probably Chuck, honestly. Chuck is my favorite influencer because he doesn't post anything ever. And then you're going to see Chuck's going to pop up one day, just like a picture of him with like 100 bands on a Ferrari, be like, "All right, I made it." Yeah. And then he's going to start posting.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So, nose dabs. Let's talk about nose dabs.
Nose dabs. Yeah.
Why did the nose dabbing start?
Honestly, so there's been a few people like Chris Crazy that I've seen do it. There's someone else that's not coming up to my mind now. Matthias. He's another one that I've seen do it. I tried it before and it hurt at the fucking beginning. It hurt so much. I was like, no, I'm never gonna do that again. And then it's just COVID happened, and it just so happened that Be Real was live one day, and I guess he was at home bored. He said, "Let me go live," and he's like, "Yeah, he wants to go live." And I was like, "Oh shit, let me send the request. Let me see if it happens." And at that time, that's when the Kush-Up challenge was going, or the Kush-Up challenge with the joint or the blunt. So he was getting people on there. They were doing it, but I said, "You know what? I'm not gonna do a Kush-Up challenge. I'm gonna do something different." So I grabbed my Rio from Stash Products, I loaded it up, and I just ripped the nose dab. And when I saw how he got, and he started laughing, he's a serious guy. And he started laughing. I was like, well, this is, I'm onto something here. So it worked with him, and then I went live with him another 2 or 3 times, and it just became kind of like a tradition with him. Every time I went live, one of the last times I went live with him, I grabbed 2 Rios and I put it on both nostrils, and I hit both of them. So, and it's become a thing now where I go live on the Sundays and I tell people to do it. So now I'm getting people on the lives to do it with me. And
the nose dab.
Yeah.
Do you think you get higher from the nose dab?
You do get higher.
Oh, you get higher from the nose dab?
Why so?
I think because it's going straight to your brain or something. I don't know what's going on. Probably the rush.
Is it like an instant? Yeah, let me ask you this: is it like an instant rush?
It is an instant.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I have 2 homies that like within like a 6-month period both got their wisdom teeth out, and they couldn't like smoke, and they were legit ripping the blunt through their nose.
I asked my dentist about that. So they said that when you inhale through your mouth, you have something in your mouth. I forgot which part of your mouth. It'll inflate. It'll inflate with the smoke. But if you inhale it, you should be good. So that's why they tell people, if you're gonna do it through your nose and exhale through your mouth. So I'm already trained. If I ever have to do that, I'm already prepared for it.
You got it rocking and rolling.
Yeah, but it hurts every time, because now the way I do it is, the Quartz Castle, I'll just drop a hot dab and nose dab that, but it's fucking hot,
Yeah.
But that hurts every time.
So where do you draw the line between value and like clout chasing? You know what I mean? Like type content, right? Can we talk about that for a minute? Like, Because like you see some kids, right, and it's almost like they think they're being cool or whatever. They're just like doing the most ridiculous shit.
It seems like they're trying too hard.
Like, yeah, it's like, and so gosh, I sometimes feel bad for those kids, right, or some of those grown men. Right?
Sometimes I like watching it. Honestly, like sometimes I'm just like, all right, you want to take a?
I will say this much. To touch the subject, I don't, because I don't want nobody to get offended. If you're gonna smoke a quarter-pound joint, make sure it's a quarter-pound joint of some fucking fire.
Right. Don't be wasting meds, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna waste it, I mean, just make sure that it's something really, really good, and you're gonna smoke the whole thing, though, because I don't see myself smoking a little joint of boof. Why would I smoke a quarter pound of boof?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes I see some of these videos, and the weed, it doesn't even look appealing. So why would I even want to, smoke that?
What's the biggest dab you've ever done through your nose?
Through my nose, I've never waited, but probably when I did the two nose dabs, when I did both of them.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
My friend from Designer Gas Club, he's been trying to get me to do a whole gram through the nose. I'm like, no, that's just too much reclaim up my nose.
Well, okay, so then like, what has been the biggest dab you've taken just regularly?
Regularly,
yeah.
2 grams of hash rosin. Again. My friend Designer Gas Club dared me. I was live. He goes, take 2 grams of hash rosin right now. I was like, no, man, because at that point that's a waste, right? I was like, that's a waste, man. I just got these. He's like, I'll just send you 4. All right, I'll replace your 2 with 4. Okay, boom, boom, let's do it. And 2 grams of hash rosin.
Damn.
Yeah,
up the nose.
Not up the nose.
No, that was a regular, regular dab.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even lie. I went to bed lovely right after that too.
Like fell out of sleep.
Right after that.
You were on live and you ripped 2 grams of
hash rosin.
Wow.
With an Eno, so it wasn't that. You know how people normally drop the big and it's hot.
Yeah.
No, it was with an Eno, so it just kept going and going and going.
And you did the whole thing.
I did the whole thing. Yeah.
Jesus.
I was all sweaty and nasty and it was bad.
I know what you're doing when you're getting home.
2 grams of hash rosin. I'm gonna try it. Me and JC have been messing around with taking a lot of edibles. Me and JC have been like pacing. I think the latest is we've been ripping like 100 milligrams, 150 milligrams.
So the edibles hit you guys?
I mean, I do the
Sometimes.
RSO at night. So the RSO hits pretty hard.
Yo, no, okay. So we were in Tulsa, and we got some of these. They're Cosmic. Shout out to Cosmic Brands. Cosmic Brands. They're called Black Hole.
Black Hole.
They're 1,000 milligrams in a package, 100 per piece. And me and JC both took one, and JC went straight warp speed, bro. Just eyes closed, ready to rock and roll.
So immediately,
no,
it was like 40.
There's no shame if it did that
for a minute.
Look, this is what I tell people: if it did it immediately, you're lucky. That's great, because somebody will be like, "Oh,
not immediately.
You got high as fuck off that little ass dab," to someone else that gets really high. Well, I'll be like, "Well, I wish because if it takes that much for someone to get that high, you know how much he's conserving at home? Fuck, you know how much money he's saving? So that was my friend back in Miami. He would smoke with us and he would just take a rip or 2 and he'd be high off his ass, and that was his excuse. Like, well, at least I don't have to buy a lot of weed. Right. You know?
Very true.
But with the edibles, with me, it's very hard for it to hit me. I learned that the edibles work more when I go to sleep. Yeah, and I knock out. Like I'll wake up later than what I usually do, and it feels great. I don't even want to get out of bed.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think they always just work better when I go to sleep too. I've been reading a lot about how if you take like high amounts of doses of CBD, that helps them kick in a lot faster too. Okay. And then if you have bad acid reflux, I mean, I don't know if that's actually true or not. I know that's a rumor, but
you know what you have to do to activate it though if it's not working, right?
Just talk shit.
You have to say these edibles ain't shit.
Yeah.
And then it activates it. These edibles ain't shit. They're not working. 2 minutes later, where the fuck am I?
It's like you just got to talk a little shit to the edibles and then they work a lot better. But all right, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. It's been an awesome time. I love watching you take nose dabs. I can't wait to fuck, dude. Sunday, I'm going to hop on the live on Sunday.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's try to hop on Sunday session.
You guys jump on real quick. You know, it's a couple seconds. Come on, take a dab or take a couple hits off a joint or something. And I'd love to have you guys. You know, I've had some past guests. Adam has come on before, and I've had some other guests that I've come on as well. So if you guys want to come on, I welcome both of you to come on. And I appreciate you guys having me. I appreciate your time. It does mean a lot to me.
Of course, yeah. And you're gonna enjoy that Culture and Cannabis live resin we got you, bro.
Of course. Look at this.
I think we got the what is that? The strawberry punch.
This is the strawberry punch.
Lit.
And I already dabbed some of this, and it's great. It's great, guys. So make sure if you're in Vegas, you come check them out.
Yes.
So, well, listen. Thank you so much for calling the podcast. Really appreciate. Oh, plug yourself. Like, where can they find you? Where can they find
you can find me on IG at Dabbing Cuban. That's really the only spot. I also have a Twitch, Dabbing Cuban as well, and as well as YouTube, but they're more fairly new, so there's not really too much content on there. IG is where it's at for me.
Dope.
You can follow me at Dabbing Cuban or Nostril Dabbis. That's a nickname that was given to me by Be Real, actually. Nice. And that's my backup page.
Nostril Dabbis.
Nostril Dabbis.
Love that. All right. Boom. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
JC, we go to Reno next week.
We are going to Reno, and that's going to be
December 9th through the 14th. If you're in Reno, hit us up. We'll be making some content. We got a pop-up with Jade on Friday. The 11th, from 4 to 6. Come through. We'll have some free pizza from Pizzava. Might bring a speaker. Get crazy because you only have 10 people in the lobby right now.
You guys habla español?
No.
That means you need someone that speaks Spanish on the team, man.
Well, I think someone of this. I think Dean's low key speaks Spanish. Honestly,
I don't think that counts.
I don't know. Dean's a Jew from Florida, so maybe I don't know. But yeah. So we have that going on. What else do we have going on right now, JC?
A bunch of Cultures Food is booked out there.
Oh, a bunch of Cultures Food. Yeah, Reno's gonna be lit. What else do we have going on in Las Vegas? We did some product drops.
Product drops. Our retail partners are lit.
Everyone's getting. It feels like every time I go, it's like they're sold out. They have only a couple left. Go quick.
Yeah, and then our new cultivation partner Mojave, we're dropping fresh flower drops at the Vegas Treehouse.
Go check them out.
Acres Curaleaf. Go check them out. Full flower 8s on the low.
On the low, I think they're like $30-ish, between that $28 to $32 mark, which makes it relatively affordable to get your meds.
Yeah.
I feel like we have something else going on. I just can't think of it. Oh, we won't be here next week, by the way.
We will not be here next week.
We'll have Derek Las Vegas coming in. I don't know who he has coming on, but he'll probably bring someone crazy, per usual. Yeah. That's how he rolls. And that's it.
And basically we got 3 more of these left for the year.
And, are we gonna do a Christmas Eve show here? Rick, can we do a Christmas Eve show?
Absolutely.
That's a yes. We're gonna be doing a Christmas Eve show this year. Get ready. JC's gonna be hyped about it.
I'm gonna be hyped.
We did a Thanksgiving show and we're doing a Christmas Eve show, so this should be great. So really exciting stuff. Well, dope. And that's it.
Another one in the books.
Yeah, the Culture and Cannabis Podcast. We won't see you guys next Thursday. We'll see you guys for a second next Thursday, but you guys will see Derek next Thursday. We'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.